Indian manuscripts are the richest collection of written documents that provide information on the existence of different civilizations and the cultural affluence of the nation. This manuscript, deposited at the Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute, is a 19th century illustrated paper manuscript of Marathi text called Shiva Leelamrita. Shiva Leelamrita is one of the great epic in Marathi composed by Sridhar Swami in 1718 CE. It is a translation of Brahmotar Khanda of Skanda Purana, which describes God Shiva, his virtues and valorous deeds. The manuscript, calligraphed in Devanagari script, is illuminated beautifully in the Deccan style of painting. The manuscript is not complete as regards the paintings and illuminations. Similarly, the text seems to be completed hurriedly, but this has made the manuscript more interesting for us since it preserves almost all stages of creation of a manuscript. The following manuscript of Shiva Leelamrita is silent regarding on whose orders it was prepared. The manuscript might have been commissioned by a wealthy person since machine-made imported paper was used. Also, the detailed illustrations which only an expert painter would have made support this. From the composite appearance of this manuscript, it can be inferred that the brief regarding the number of pictures, style of the writing, etc. was given before the work began. Selection of paper. Though handmade paper was a popular choice for writing of manuscripts, in this period we find that the displayed manuscript is written on machine-made paper of Portuguese make. We can identify the Portuguese connection on the basis of the watermark indicating the manufacturer and the date of manufacture. According to the Indian tradition, the orientation of the folio is in the landscape type as opposed to the Western method of portrait type. The portrait type paper has been adapted to the Indian need in this case. Markings on the paper. The paper was first folded to make two folios and further folded on the sides to make the margins. After this, the papers were moistened and indentations for writing were made on it by a marking tool which marked the margins and ruled the pages for the ease of writing. Writing of text. Generally, writing a manuscript was actually copying from another manuscript of the same text. With reference to the indentations on the paper, the scribe would start writing. The first page of the first folio or the recto would be kept blank for the title of the text. The scribe would start the text from the rear side or the verso. While writing, according to the requirement of the text, the scribe would assign a place for a picture and give instructions to the painter in that space. On completion of writing of each folio, the pagination, abbreviation of the title of the text, chapter and chapter number would be written in the margins of the verso. Bordering. After writing the text, the folio was forwarded to the painter for bordering and illustrations. The border was marked according to the indentations for the margins made on the folio earlier. For folios without illustrations, the base coat for the border was painted and the designs for the frame, if any, were sketched on it later. The guidelines for writing a manuscript can be found in Lekhan Kriya Nirupan of Das Bodh, written by Samartha Ramdas Swami in the 17th century. Illustrations. As per the instructions of the scribe left on the blank spaces, the painter would prepare a sketch of the theme. Then, he would paint the base coat depending on where the scene was to be depicted, that is, indoors or outdoors. Then he would paint a contrast shade for the border. Single colored objects were painted first, and human or animal figures were painted next. Detailing of the whole picture, right from the background to the smallest object, was done following by the finalization of the border, thereby completing the folio. Title page and colophon. The title was always written on the recto of the first folio. Generally, the calligraphy was the scribe's handiwork and the decoration the painter's. Here, the colophon indicates only the name of the scribe. There is no information about the date and place of the manuscript. This seems to have been written unplannedly and hurriedly because the scribe has used the space originally allotted for a picture. Manuscripts form an invaluable part of India's documentary heritage, creatively capturing our thoughts, achievements, experiences, and lessons learned from history. Such kind of documents not only help us relive the bygone era, but also help us learn from the past to shape a better future.